Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. In front of me I have the S.H.Figuarts Goku Black. I love this design, so I was really excited and anticipating this figure, and it's finally arrived. Before I get into the figure and everything, let me just quickly show you the box, very briefly, because I'll take pictures afterwards. This is the box. Ignore the Goku spelling, that's just how they do it in Japan. Back of the box, and just to let you know, it is a limited edition Figuarts figure, so it was web exclusive in Japan, so it should come with a brown shipper box. Mine did, so I'll just slide that through the frame like so. So if you are a very avid collector and need to have everything complete, know that it should come with a brown shipper box. Now let's get into the figure. Let me go through his hands first, because he comes with quite a few. So he comes with 3 individual right hands, various combat posed hands in a nutshell. So these are with the 2 fingers up, and they will have this cool time ring molded onto it, like so. That's one hand out of the way. The next right hand is with the index finger pointed up, and also with the time ring. Skin tone is alright. Some people might say he needs to be a little bit darker, because Goku Black had a slightly darkened skin tone, but I'm okay with it. And then this is the this hand actually goes into the aura piece, which gives him the whole sword thing that he does in the anime. So I'll just show you that now. So you just slip the hand in like so, and obviously just attach it to the figure, and then you've got him using this aura. Very easy, very simple. So I'll put the hand piece to the side. Next is a pair of hands. It's not just the right hand, it's also the left. So this one was more like it's another battle pose hand, more of a claw shaped one. The right hand again comes with the time ring. Oops, slipping out, and there we go. The other side. Put those to the side. Finally, these are his Kamehameha hands. And if you noticed on the side, he did have the purple Kamehameha orb as well. There we go. Pretty standard hands. Now, actually, I have quite a few Figuarts of Dragon Ball Z, but I don't really open them. So I really should start doing that. I will cover like Kid Goku later on, but so basically what I'm trying to say is some of the parts that he comes with will be similar, if not the exact same as previous Gokus. But in any case, let's go to the face. So he comes with 2 regular faces. So the one that's on him, where he's smirking, and then this is his second non-Super Saiyan Rose face. Let me shoot like so. And they're all lettered behind, so this one is letter B. So each face also comes with a Patara earring on his left ear. It's molded on and then painted. This one looks pretty good. It's not too bad. I do like the original face too. Then, of course, he does come with the Super Saiyan. Let me bring both. He comes with the Super Saiyan Rose hair sculpt and 2 faces to go with it. So this is his C face. Again, this is more of a stoic, bit of a serious face that he's got on. And then this one is him yelling. So it's quite good. Would it have been good to have a yelling one of the regular face, non-Super Saiyan Rose? Sure, but can't complain too much. It's out of focus, but here we go. Yeah, show that to you closely. I'll show you how to change the head to this one. Sculpt-wise, though, this I believe is probably the exact same as getting the Super Saiyan Goku from the number of previous figures that they've done for him. But it looks good. The roots are a darker shade of pink, and then the rest is quite light pink. Some may say it needs to be brighter or more vivid. I'm pretty comfortable with it. And again, Patara earring on the left ear. Actually, one thing I want to point out on his ears, for me personally, maybe it's just looking into it too much, but his ears inside are painted a little bit like an orange tint. Kind of makes him look like he's got dirty ears. That's just me. Anyway, so this is his effect piece for the Kamehameha with a nice cool sphere. It's got raised bits on it that make it look a bit like a moon. But it actually doesn't come like this. All these beams on there, you have to attach yourself, and they are all actually at the ends. You can see right here, they are not all the same edge. It's like a jigsaw puzzle basically. They're different shaped ends. Some are round, convex or concave. So you'll have to match them up. So I'll show you just this one, just to give you an idea of what you're supposed to do. So this one is the right way it's supposed to go. and then you just insert it. Try not to be too forceful, because I guess you could snap it towards the thinnest part down here. Luckily for me, I haven't done that. Sometimes they kind of not fall out, but they raise a little bit. If you can see here, just give it another force and then it should sit flush pretty much. Should also point out though that it's not a bad thing, they've got little grooves here. Sorry, I've just misaligned. But here you got the grooves, 4 grooves that align with the Kamehameha hand. So let me bring that here. It's the top hand that we'll be using. It's the right hand. You just align the 4 fingers. Let's do this. There we go. Align the 4 fingers like so, and then he grabs onto it. It's not like a solid, fit or anything. It's loose still, but it kind of helps him out a little bit. To be honest, at the end of the day, as long as he's holding it, you won't really care too much, because then you're going to display him. Now then, onto the figure itself. As you know, and you've probably just, formed your own opinion. It looks pretty good. I hope that's what you think anyway. I think it looks pretty good for the most part. He's got a cool black suit that he's wearing with a red sash and then the white boots. Simple color tones going on. There's a bit of shading going on in the top of his uniform here. It was a little bit much for me in the beginning, but I'm used to it at this point. But it looks really good. I just love this design. It just works so well with Goku Black. Like I mentioned earlier on in the video, maybe some people might say his skin tone should be slightly darker, more tanned. But I like it. Looks good. His hair sculpt for his regular hair sculpt, I think might be slightly different from the Gokus that have come out in the past. But because I haven't opened them, I can't really comment either way. Other than I like it. I do like the way it looks. But let me just stress this. Sometimes it kind of looks a little bit rough, or just the kind of finished quality of it just could have been a bit more cleaner. And just more finished look. So let me try and find what I mean. Here we go, look. So if you see on the back of his hair, right here where my finger is pointing, it looks kind of like glue is left on it. And then I've got it on his inside of his inner thighs. So let me try and get some light on there. Looks kind of like a lot of glue was on there, and it hasn't really been sanded down, or the overall finish could be a bit nicer. But once you have it on display, it's not going to look too bad. So you'll be about this far away. So it depends how picky you're going to get about it. Now I have to also point out that his regular face here, I had a slight paint scuff. Well, not scuff, but sloppy paint. So his Patara earring is on his left ear, and then you have a line. Green paint line, there we go, you can see it. That goes on his left cheek. At a distance, you probably won't see it unless someone pointed it out to you. I now know that that's what's happened to my one, so it's slightly annoying, but I've actually bought 2 of these, so that's cool. Anyway, let's go through the articulation and everything else that needs to be said about him. So articulation wise, he can look up about that much, and then down, he can look down quite a bit, because he's got the head and then the neck down below, but his chin goes all the way down, and turn his head right and left like that. Shoulder wise, you can spin it around, raise it, and then the bicep, he's got the upper swivel here, and then the wrists can go up and down, and then they twist around as well. Should point out the cuff sleeves, however you want to call them, for his top. They are on a ball right here, so it can come off if you're too rough with it, but it's easy to put back on. But it allows you to kind of move it a little bit, just to kind of make it look nicer if you're posing him, so you can close certain gaps or things like that. So it's quite cool. Crunch wise, crunches forward, let me move his arm, crunches forward about that much. Red sash gets in the way. The red sash is a separate piece. It's not combined with any of the rest of the clothes that he's wearing, so it's a separate piece. He can lean back a decent amount. Upper twist, torso twist is not much, but bottom one is all the way around. I actually don't like doing it, because then I have to twist it all the way back. Just a personal thing that I kind of have been doing ever since I was a kid. I have to twist it back again. And then for his legs, he can kick up decently. Leg goes back, splits, He's got upper thigh swivel right here. Nothing on the calf, sadly, which I think is weird. But his knee is double jointed and bends all the way back. And his ankle, up and down. Slightly restricted in moving his foot upwards, similar to most Goku figures and Vegeta figures as well, because of the way the boot is designed. And then a toe, like so. By the way, this is a soft plastic at the bottom of his top. So with the legs moving up, and so I've moved him off to the side, but with the legs moving up, crunching forward, you know, you can get him to sit down, and it looks fine. So that's pretty much his articulation. I don't think I've missed anything else. So let's go on to changing his head to Super Saiyan Rose, which is a dope form. I'm not a big fan of pink, but I love, you know, the Rose form. All you got to do, well, you can just pull off the whole head fully, but I'm going to show you bit by bit. So you can take off the front of his hair, and take off his one face. So let me just show you replacing the face. Anyway, all you got to do is get the other face, put that on. There we go. Put the hair back on. Yep, there we go. Done. Then to change everything, I'm going to do it bit by bit because it's easier for me, is pull it off. This bit was a bit awkward, so I'm going to take everything off from this face as well. It's the same thing. Comes in three parts, so the hair, front of the hair, the face, and then the main body of the hair. And you just align it, and then, you know, just force it on like so. Usually though, I have a little bit of difficulty doing that. I think because I've done it a few times, it was easier this time. But sometimes I can't get it on, and then the ball joint slips, and yeah, just keep trying, and it will be fine. So I'll put on his yelling face though, just because it's quite different. Yelling face is on. Put the hair on, like so, and boom, Super Saiyan Rose is in the house. Looks pretty good. Looks really nice. Looks super cool. I mean, I've already seen creative photos, especially with people who have like what's it called? Effect pieces, optional effect pieces sold separately. You know, they've done some really crazy, cool stuff with this figure. So it looks good in Super Saiyan Rose form. Changing his hand then, it's just like any other Figuarts. If you already own loads of Dragon Ball figures, then you know what I'm talking about. But if not, this is how it's done. So I'm going to switch to his Kamehameha hand. Put it on. I usually wait for a click to happen, but sometimes it doesn't. Just check that it's snugly fitting and it doesn't come off. So I'll change this one as well, the left one, to the other the left Kamehameha hand. It's right here. I can put that on again, checking that it fits well and doesn't kind of, you know, come off when I least expect it. Now then, let's get the effect piece on. So it goes back this way. Let me position his arms because it's usually easier, because the beams can get in the way. That can kind of make things a little bit more tricky. Spread his legs out a little bit. And then just drop in the piece, I suppose. So, how am I doing it? Just trying to look for the grooves here. There we go. So you can line it up like so. Okay, so that's what I mean. Sometimes they will come out a bit too much and then the beam will fall out. But no big deal. I think that's actually one I showed you how to put in. I just didn't put it in properly. I'm sloppy, I know, right? Sorry about that. And then, yeah, just... I'm holding on to this just because it can get annoying trying to, you know, get it back in there. But here we go. Okay, so it's not the best fit that I'm showing you right now. I'm on camera, it's a bit hard to do it. But yeah, you can see where I'm going with this. So you'll have the Kamehameha pose on lockdown once you do it properly. I'm just showing you very quickly. So that's pretty much the Goku Black figure in a nutshell. Well, not really a nutshell, but I've covered everything that he comes with. His forms, his joints, articulation, all of that. A few of the scruffy bits that I've shown you where, you know, in of the thigh. I know, it's a bit weird where it's located, right? But overall, I do like this figure. Some people might not like the really simple nature of the design of Goku Black, but I love it. Goku Black and that arc in general in the anime is super dope, and I think if people were a bit like anti Dragon Ball Super, and that's just the one arc they should just bother watching, in my opinion. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope if you haven't got the figure, or for whatever reason, then hopefully you can track it down. By the way, I bought mine from Nippon Yasan. Both of my figures I bought from because I bought two, like I said. I bought them from Nippon Yasan for the usual price, which I can't remember, but I think they gone. It was about 7,000 yen, I would say. But I think now it seems to have gone to 10,000 yen, maybe, or a bit more. So it looks like, yeah, he's gone up in price. Problem was, not even a problem, but he was on pre-order for a long time. So I think if you snoozed all that time and didn't pre-order him knowing that he was actually a web exclusive figure, then yeah, it's kind of your fault, I think. So don't make that mistake in the future. Hopefully you can still track it down for a reasonable price though. Anyway, so I will try and cover more S.H.Figuarts Dragon Ball figures. I've actually got Kid Goku to do next. I've opened him. I actually opened him before this one. So I will cover him next. And hopefully I will even maybe go back and cover Super Saiyan 3 Goku and more. But right now it's just been Vegeta and Shenron from what I remember. But in any case, do check out my channel for the other two Dragon Ball figures I've covered. Keep an eye out for more Dragon Ball figures that I'm going to cover. Any other SH figures I cover, such as the Street Fighter figures, which are pretty dope figures and will really go well with the Dragon Ball stuff. And also Kingdom Hearts and a bunch of other Figmas. Thanks for watching anyway. Leave comments below. Let me know what you thought about the figure, if you liked it, if not, what you might want to see from me to give you a showcase. I don't like calling these reviews, more like showcases. Leave a comment and see what I can do. I buy these for my own personal collection, by the way, so I may or may not be able to do it. Thanks for watching anyway.